Greetings, how are you doing? I hope that you guys are having a great Thursday, wherever you are located. Or I wanted to share some things with you that the Most High Yah revealed to me. He may have revealed it to others, but this is my first time hearing about it, apparently. Um, wasn't necessarily ruminating over the Los Angeles wildfires that are currently going on in America, but it came to my spirit. And something said, find out how many oil wells there are in Los Angeles County. So I Googled it, and there are over 200,000 oil wells in Los Angeles County in California. If you know a little bit of history, in the late 1800s, there was this big oil rush, and a lot of people went to California looking and digging and mining for oil. And they found oil, and it grew. The industry grew so much that by 1930, California mined a quarter of the world's oil supplies. So oil was at one time California's biggest market. Got uh, as time went along, or whatever, the dangers of living near oil wells became more and more obvious and apparent, and a lot of the people that were pro-environmentalists, if you will, started trying to create legislation that will ban inactive wells, because they had rendered a lot of wells inactive for various reasons. But they began to realize that people that were living near the oil wells, and there were oil wells that were camouflaged behind structures, gates, fixtures, what have you. There were people that moved into neighborhoods and didn't know that they lived near oil well. And oil wells emit toxins and carcinogens into the air for miles and miles and miles that will make people sick, that will harm fetuses or babies, that cause all types of respiratory illnesses, all types of cancers, or what have you. Okay. So they started shutting down a lot of the oil wells. They started, the government, even though they were making big money at one point from these oil wells, they decided it wasn't worth the risk, even though there were a lot of immigrants and minorities that were living near these oil wells. The infamous, I don't want to say infamous, but the well-known one of the first Black middle class neighborhoods to be set up in the country was in Altadena, California. Several oil wells in Altadena. In Beverly Hills, there's almost 100 oil wells. Just Google it. I want you to look at a map and Google oil wells in Los Angeles County, active, inactive, what have you. And then I want you to compare that to the map of where the Los Angeles wildfires took place. Also, I want you to keep in mind that last year, Governor Gavin Newsom, he did sign a bill. He created a law that banned any more oil wells being created in the state of California. This year, January 6th to be exact, of this year, your president, President Joe Biden, signed a law banning oil wells in the state of California as well. A different bill, different parameters, different restrictions, or what have you, but one's on the state level and one's on the federal level, you understand? Just Google it. And do you not know, January 7th was the day that the Los Angeles wildfires first started, or they first realized that there was a wildfire that would ravage Los Angeles County. I want you to remember that at one time, California in the early 1930s, well, mid 1930s, was producing a quarter of the world's oil supply. It's a big moneymaker for California. This is why the real estate in California is so expensive, because what lies underneath so, so profitable. Hmm? I also want you to keep in mind that for those who say they wouldn't do that, no, they wouldn't. You're talking to someone that comes from a people where we've witnessed firsthand, and our ancestors experienced just what the United States government would do for money. They know that they're not going to be able to get oil from the people that they've alienated, they colonized, they've created wars and maintained wars, and they know that just in case they can't get oil from the Middle East, just in case they can't get oil from the continent, just in case they can't get oil from other places where they have been getting oil, they know that they can supply their own oil, because America runs off of oil. Okay. And they, oh, wow, everything is oil and gas. Well, no. Are you implicating or implying that the Los Angeles wildfires were intentionally set along the same lines in places where most of the California oil wells inactive and active? Just do your research. I'm going to let you answer your own questions. I'm just bringing it to your attention. And also letting you know, don't be surprised about what people will do. What they've always done. And it's really, really sad. It's really sad. You be blessed in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach.